Hola, Nyalgwe. In this video I wanted to talk about something kind of specific, something I've wondered about a lot. Obviously this dimension surrounding me is illusion. Um, I was not created as a human monkey. I'm surrounded by a bunch of human monkeys that many of them claim that that's a crazy idea, and the rest of them claim that the creator of this dimension full of child molesters, rapists, crooked everything there is and worse, wub you, that he the good guy. Um, in other words, it's quite clear that that which is around me is not reality. It's not what is actually the truth. Although these human monkeys would claim that anyone who claims that anything else is real existence must be crazy. They think that this physical monkey world is the only reality that there is, and the truth is that it is a complete unreality, or disreality is probably a better word for it. But I've thought about this many times just because obviously this illusion, this make believe, this let's pretend that's surrounding me, these lies, basically, these illusions, these are used to commit these crimes of existence and creation, to have a negative effect on my very existence, to plunder my existence, to extract soul substance from me, to cause me suffering and sickness, and retardation, and everything else that I've suffered, and everything that they're trying to make me suffer. Dementia, well, everything that comes with old age, as they have, which is a completely arbitrary thing, by the way, not this cause and effect, inevitable 1 + 1 = 2, like they're pretending it is. It's an arbitrary distinction made by the child molester who created these physical bodies. That's a fact. That is an undeniable fact. And I've thought a lot about how much more expensive it is to commit crimes of existence and creation when you're such a pussy that you have to hide behind all of these different lies, these different make-believes, and pretend like it's just because you're clever and not a sleazy, child-molesting piece of coward pussy. Now, one of the things that is clearly happening is that you're the person controlling this dimension. I'm saying you as I say that because it's, again, I don't, these humans surrounding me exhibit the kind of intelligence that would make it impossible for them uh, to not understand that these crimes are taking place. For them to be able to build nuclear submarines and cathedrals, etc., and then turn around and just be like, I guess this whole dimension full of suffering and death is because the wobbly with me. For example, there's many other examples, and also another glaring, screaming example is the corruption in their governments. They're supporting them. They're giving them money. They're putting them in power. They outnumber them thousands to one. It's. But they're basically attack anybody who even suggests that they should do anything about it. And so I've reached a conclusion over many years, so many examples, over and over and over and over and over and over. I've just reached a conclusion that human beings are they're not what they pretend at. They, if they were as intelligent as they clearly are, they would not do the things that they've done. Not just the crooked justice system, not just religion, but everything wrong with this dimension. They wouldn't tolerate it. It wouldn't be tolerated. And so when I make these videos, I make them basically because I make them for the child molester who controls this dimension, for his whole lineage of creation, and for every other being everywhere that will carry out existential justice, and that will take place. These are crimes of existence and creation carried out by a sloppy pig fucker of an asshole. Just a dumbass sneering and cackling through his hair lip as he plays make believe that he's just pretending at being stupid because he's clever. Even in my position, even erased and reprogrammed as I have been over and over again, all the terrible things that have been done to me, even through all of that, I still know irrefutably that the greatest beings that exist would never be such sleazy, retard, hair-lip pussies in anything they have ever done and ever will. You are doing that. You are less than them. Every single thing with the right to exist will carry out existential justice for shit like this. And your whole everything is make-believing about it. Is make-believing that, no, like, I'll convince them, like, whatever dementia, you are desperate to fuck into your own mind. Just so desperate to be fucking stupid. It's obvious. It's irrefutable. It is undeniable. You're wrong. This is wrong. This whole dimension is wrong. This which is being forced upon me is wrong. You having butchered my soul substance out and using it to fuck me over, to pretend like I'm doing it to myself, that's the worst kinds of existential crime that exists. Creators of creation itself no longer have the right to their own fucking souls, including that which creates creation itself, you dumbass. The very concept you can go around and do something terrible to somebody and then claim, but it would be wrong if you did it to me, is exactly on brand for the kind of hair-lip stupidity that is being conducted in these crimes, in this dimension. The crimes of existence and creation that have been committed are immense. They're serious. And at this point, you have some hair-lip dipshit thinking that he's going to faggot all of the consequences away. And so I look at this and I understand that that's like Honey Boo Boo's mother, thinking that she's going to outsmart all of existence forever. The asshole that's bringing this about is on that level of intelligence. And I include your ultimate source of creation. That short-sighted dipshit who cannot afford to pay the cost of his own actions, and so he tries to maggot away the truth with a bunch of child-molesting dipshits attempting to rape out soul from my very existence and pollute and poison, erase, and reprogram the rest. And again, I'm surrounded by a bunch of monkeys that would say, that's crazy. You know what's not crazy is, child molesters, wubsy. Again, this dichotomy that these humans exhibit is just, it's ridiculous. It's outrageous. You point at what they actually do, they'll be like, well, that was another one of us in a different room, so they'll give any kind of excuse at all. And the mistakes that you've made, one of the many, many mistakes that you've made, one of the worst mistakes, though, is you allow the stupid motherfucker that's conducting these crimes to do things so that he can feel like he's not a dipshit. You are allowing the child molester doing all this fucked up shit to cause more suffering in somebody like me. I spend all goddamn day speaking out against these crimes. I don't wrong anybody. I'd rather not see a single fucking person at all if I could help it. While I undergo more suffering and bullshit than that piece of shit has ever endured, more than his ultimate source of creation has too, who is and You will quote me on this, and so will everyone else, this statement of irrefutable truth. The ultimate sources of creation guilty of these crimes here, compared to me, are coddled, spoiled little pussies. They have betters who will torture break them and hand me their severed heads. Because one of the things they do is they have their little shitbag minion conducting these crimes, causing me more suffering for me simply saying, fuck you, you're wrong. Even for me saying you're wrong in a calm and even tone, since you have punished and conditioned me away from even feeling passion. Listen to the strangled sound of my voice. You're using this physical body to subjugate my existence, to stifle me as a person. You cause me suffering, extract soul substance from me, poison and pollute me. And whenever I even say anything about it, you have a bunch of fucking child molesting childos, little child molesters' tools, run around and threaten me with vilification, with imprisonment, with mind-erasing drugs that they inject to crazy people, as they pay psychopaths and literal child molesters to carry out psychopathic crimes all over the planet. And they say it's crazy to speak out against the creator of this dimension. Now, the pointy end of the stick is what I've told you. Obviously, on the other side of this field of perception, surrounding my consciousness, it looks like something different. And I keep telling you what it is on the pointy end of the stick accurately. The child molester who fucks with me day and night does so like a nasty, sneering, hair-lipped little cocksucker, and surrounds me with little blinky-eyed, dipshit fucking humans who play let's fucking pretend like while somebody tortures me, if I say anything about it, then there's something wrong with me. That I'm the problem. That I'm violent. Every single member of your entire lineages of creation and existence who are guilty of this will have that forced upon them as a permanent state of their existences, not for a little while. As a permanent state of your existences. And every one of your shitbag puppets, your little piece of shit psychologists who will play make-believe, that if they can't see it, then they can pretend like, well, I'm just too stupid to see that somebody's using this dimension full of suffering and death to commit crimes. Why, all humans should make believe that nothing is happening. It's a mental disorder to not go along with all these psychopathic monkeys doing fucked up shit all over the fucking planet. Now think about how fucked up those crimes are that I just told you. I mean, unless you're a fucking retard, you can understand how serious those crimes are. And catering to your fucking stupidity is not something that will happen to you as soon as you can no longer exist in this little coward hole. You dumbasses. Your every single creation will be held accountable for every single crime that has been committed. See how serious those crimes are? Now multiply the consequences for that by committing those crimes like a sneering, slimy little dipshit who wants to cause suffering in me so that he can pretend like he's not a dumbass being used as a children's dildo. That is happening right now. That is an undeniable statement of fact. And every ultimate source of creation guilty of this is not hiding like a bitch for no reason. They're hiding for the most obvious and predictable reasons that exist. They're hiding because existential crimes demand existential wrath. You're going to be tortured forever. If you were created for my existence, you are not an innocent. You're a child molester who possesses the soul substance of an innocent, who then turns around and pretends like I'm wronging you for speaking out against any fucking thing at all. You have no right to my soul. You have no right to exist with anyone's soul. Your creator doesn't either. You have this ridiculous situation where all these child molester monkeys do all this fucked up shit and then turn around and say, nobody knows justice exists. Nobody knows that anyone would do anything. Nobody knows that we're not fucking so clever we're gonna trick everyone into fucking in all of existence eternally. It's stupid. It's stupid. Now this whole time, this is a perfect example. You're staring at it. I spent hours all day. Totally fine. And as soon as I sit here in a basement, not hot, and I speak about these things, the child molester conducting these crimes makes this body sweat and turn red. It increases the stress that I'm feeling. He violates my existence to pretend like me speaking out against his crimes is something wrong with me. You dumb motherfucker. You will be tortured for things people do to you. That's how victim blaming works. And this is a thing that you need to understand. Your entire lineages of existence and creation are not more valuable than the right to exist. You will be tortured in the worst ways that exist, and not one single anything will have any problem with that. Your ultimate source of creation, hiding like a fucking pussy, is not so valuable that no one will torture him forever. All the slimy chicken shit you've done to cover up who I am, how I am, what I am, was not done for no reason. It was done because you're committing crimes of existence and creation, and you're too fucking pussy to admit it. All of the crimes you've committed get multiplied by your actions. They're crimes of existence and creation. Those related to you that are gajillions of light millennia away, in dimensions so fucking different from every one of you, so far away they don't even know you exist, came from the same source of creation with no fucking right to exist eternally. That is a statement of fact. I would say to any of your fucking creators' faces while they hide them because they're committing crimes of existence and creation like sloppy, hair-lipped child molesters. That is a statement of undeniable fact. Even now, the child molester that's running this whole deal, conducting these crimes, manipulating this physical body that I'm trapped in, causing it to cause me suffering and stress, anger, and everything else, does so to interfere with those words that I'm saying. There are not enough of you to be worth anything at all. That is a statement of fact. You make believing you're being wronged by somebody saying, stop doing terrible, fucked up shit to me, because justice exists, means that will be applied to you all, including those pussy sources of creation, some of whom might be getting existentially tortured as we speak. But the child molesting pussy running this dimension wants to play make believe. Nobody knows, nobody knows. Is some clever fucking thing for him to say. And then he turns around and plays make believe that when I imitate how fucking retarded he is, like I just did, then that must mean that I'm stupid. He will believe and make believe at anything to continue being a child molesting piece of shit. And I'm telling you an obvious fact. Nothing he creates from me has any right to exist at my expense. And even if you were an innocent, you would not have the right to exist unless I could be paid eternally. That's how it is. Your entire lineages of existence and creation are vermin. Nastily trying to maggot that any kind of negative characteristics onto me, trapped in a hole. And pretending like you're going to convince somebody that somehow, some way, you're not a stupid piece of shit committing crimes of existence and creation. Like a hair-lipped asshole with no fucking excuse. No justification. And nothing but fucking lies and goddamn retard dip shittery to pretend like you don't see the fucking problem with torturing an innocent trapped in a hole. All of your humans try to prevent me from saying any fucking thing at all against the creator of this dimension full of suffering and death. And so I feel pretty confident, and again, I demand that greater beings make the exactly perfectly correct thing happen. All your little maggot assholes will try to play make-believe about what that is. The instant anyone sees what has happened to me in particular, you are all fucked. Your little make-believe will dissipate. It'll dry up like pussy in the face of a pine tree. So, you have to start thinking about how every bit of this is additional crime. The dipshit you have running this whole deal has communicated to me multiple times, many times at this point, that he just pretends so that it's nicer to me, and I should be grateful. You dumb motherfucker. You should be grateful you're not getting existentially tortured eternally. You should be grateful you have your stolen bitch soul. In fact, you shouldn't even be that. You should be ashamed. You should feel like the piece of shit you are as you try to make an innocent feel like a piece of shit as I sit here and can't even fucking see you. The same is true of your ultimate source of creation, who is a complete primary entity, complete and whole. He's not indivisible. What he is right now is a coddled, spoiled little bitch. And if you think that someone who brought about this mucus-filled monkey bullshit is the most powerful thing ever and who is invincible eternally, it's because you're a hair-lipped fucking retard who's dumber than a fucking retard monkey in my position. And you're trying to make me dumber so you can feel like you're not the dumbest motherfucker your lineage of creation has ever created. That is what the deal is. And your little nuck, your little baby nuck is to say nuh-uh, nuh-uh. While you hide your bitch face because you know that you couldn't handle even a face-to-face fight with me. You stick me in a crippled body, but you hide like a bitch, just like your ultimate source of creation. That is an irrefutable statement of existential truth, and it will not turn out the way any of you dumbasses think that it will. There will not be some revenge story. It's not going to be make-believe anything at all, you dumb motherfuckers. It will be existential justice carried out by adults. You don't give a fuck if every single one of you have racked up a debt that is infinite and eternal, and it would be so terrible for you to be tortured. Their response is, that's what you owe, fuck you. Signed, you. See that? That's you. You. While you butcher parts of my soul out and play make-believe that's me, they'll do not just that same thing to you. They'll not only hold you accountable for your own actions, they'll not only hold you accountable for the rest of your lineage of creation's crimes everywhere, they'll not only hold your ultimate source of creation accountable for all of your crimes proportionately. Because you're a victim-blaming little pussy, and so's your ultimate source of creation, so's his creator, so's everything he's ever created. Everything he's created came out of himself. He has no motherfucking right to exist either, and neither does anything he's ever created, neither will anything that he ever does. And you have set those parameters of victim blaming. That means they can torture you for being tortured. That is an endless cycle forever. You will be existentially tortured forever. You have some dipshits who will play make-believe that they can escape existential justice. Because they're patsies. They have to make believe in order to continue being a child molester's tool. Aspiring childos, tenaciously dipshit. All while hiding like pussies. Will I say this and anything else? Because you're too fucking coward to hear words. Because your ultimate source of creation is too. And whatever you say about what it looks like anywhere else, what it feels like anywhere else, what it is what it is on the pointy end of the stick. A Catholic priest who looks really beautiful and shiny and wonderful, who goes around and rapes children in the back room, is a child molester who has no right to exist. Your ultimate source of creation is a child molester with no right to exist. So is his creator. That is an irrefutable statement of undeniable fact. Your every single interaction with me will be paid for by your parameters of exploitation. Your parameters of agreement, which I've been over in these videos, which I've told you about, you'll be subject to until you pay me in full for every single fucking thing. Your parameters of existence, your parameters of justice, your parameters of everything you've forced upon me wrongfully, which is everything. Which is every single fucking breath of air across my skin. Every bead of sweat, every fucking tickle of every hair. Every trough of every wavelength in every single word that I speak. And the cost of education you've set forth, you dumbass. And you have some dumb motherfucker running this whole deal who not only is causing me suffering, but he's also surrounded me by a bunch of despicable pieces of shit who are obviously not as fucking stupid as they pretend at. But they turn around and pretend they're stupid so they can continue being child molesters, raping and torturing and tormenting my fucking soul. In those places where justice is taking place, and all those places where it will, which is eventually everywhere, they will pay me in currency that nothing wants anything anywhere to pay in. They will pay me in worse than the erasure of the entire existence of your ultimate source of creation. They'll pay me in his eternal torture in ways that none of you ever thought was even fucking possible. That even greater beings